are presenting on the Office for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing, commonly known as ODHH. They are under the Department of Health Services, Wisconsin Department of Health Services. And then this is their mission statement: to ensure that the variety of life's choices and equal opportunities are available to all deaf, deafblind, and hard of hearing people. And if all of you just want to kind of read this to yourself, basically what a summary of this is: providing access in multiple ways, whether the person is deaf, deafblind, or hard of hearing, and that is all supported under the ADA, the Americans with Disability Act. And then what does the Office of Deaf and Hard of Hearing do? They provide different services such as interpreting. They're basically a neutral referral source. So different services available and for different types of hearing loss. They also have things such as technology and different consults throughout the state.
Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about the related services resources. I'm sorry. These are just a few of the examples of the services they provide here. I'm not going to list them all because you guys know how to read. And then basically for the sign language interpreters, there are freelance contact sheets, and each select service has their own separate information.
And basically just with that, as you can see, the services are on our left, and then the information's on the right. All of the information on the right is accessible on their website too.
So they have a variety of consumers through ODHH. Some of the individuals that they have as consumers are listed here, and then that is more of a general consumers as individuals, and then separately they have legal systems. So this is basically anything within the court systems or any claims that, whether they're large or small claims in civil courts. Another consumer base as far as medical are listed here. They work through hospitals, clinics, different spectrums, venues, thank you, medical settings. They also work with mental health care providers. That's included in the medical systems as well. Educational systems are included with ODHH, but they don't always work very closely with educational.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can. I'm sorry. Yeah. Anybody has a question, please do.
So when you're talking about all the, I think it was before you started talking about consumers, when you're like, these are all listed on their website, it was a lot of things. Is their website easy to navigate, or because I can see it being this
My
bundle
personal
of
opinion,
confusion?
I don't think it is. There's a lot of information on ODHH's website in general. So something like when we get to talk about the staff and who works there and what they do, on the website, it doesn't specifically tell you what they do. It's they're a director, they do this. It's just really their title.
Yeah.
But with the consumer-based list, really it's who ODHH is in outreach with. So I'll go into this later, I think, but essentially the region directors, they're almost serve as a consultant. So ODHH is really a good neutral party for referral services, and they're a good resource to have, especially as an interpreter, because they're the advocate that you want for why they have to provide services to deaf, hard of hearing, and deafblind. But yeah, I don't think the website's easy, so.
How could they improve it, do you think? Because I agree with you, but I'm just curious if you guys, like, what do you think?
To me, it's very generic.
Oh.
I don't think there's a lot of specifics to it, even though like the consumer base found all of this online. But I guess I shouldn't say generic, but it doesn't go into detail and in depth enough, I don't think.
Which is maybe something that they would prefer you to contact the office with and talk to someone directly instead of finding everything on a website.
So they're
So
almost
it might
using
be
it,
something.
they're using it as a feeder for people.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Hmm.
And it's interesting on the website because the staff, if they're a regional director, it lists underneath their title what region they cover, so it gives you all the different counties. So it kind of is like they're gearing it more towards a referral where they'd rather have you get in contact with them instead of just kind of giving
Giving you all of the information.
Right.
And, you know, more of a person-to-person base because each deaf and hard of hearing or deafblind individual and their needs and their accommodations are going to vary, obviously.
Right, and whatever services you're looking for is going to vary on the person that you want to contact.
Right. Sarah?
I have a question if you guys included in both their director. Okay, just curious.
Another slide on their consumer base is this is more focused on employment and vocational systems. Also including just other more like private and public systems that they use. For example, like theaters and community rec centers, just something that you may not think of generally when you think of ODHH. You might think of a different agency or something like that.
I've already